Mind reading present. 10 weird things you do if you think too much. It can be said that everyone sometimes thinks too much. Whether it's worrying about an unlikely disaster or contemplating hypothetical things, we all spend time thinking about things we probably shouldn't be thinking about. However, overthinking things and overthinking them all can be problematic. This tendency is often associated with anxiety and depression, and you may not realize that you are doing it. Nonetheless, thinking too much can have a significant impact on how you interact and experience the world around you. In this video, we discuss the impact of this common behavior and how it can affect you. It can be said that everyone sometimes thinks too much. Whether it's worrying about an unlikely disaster or contemplating hypothetical things, we all spend time thinking about things we probably shouldn't be thinking about. However, overthinking things and overthinking them all can be problematic. This tendency is often associated with anxiety and depression, and you may not realize that you are doing it. Nonetheless, thinking too much can have a significant impact on how you interact and experience the world around you. In this video, we discuss the impact of this common behavior and how it can affect you. Number 1. Daydreaming. Thinking too much can make you feel like you're in a daze. Your mind is like it's running automatically, and you're not fully present in that moment. When you are constantly analyzing and overanalyzing, you can easily get distracted and lose focus. You may find yourself daydreaming in the middle of a conversation or daydreaming while you're reading, working, or watching TV. The next thing you know, you've missed an important detail or lost track altogether. Number 2. Asking the same questions over and over. If you're an overthinker, you may find yourself asking the same questions over and over again, even if you already know the answers. That's because thinking too much can cause you to doubt and guess yourself, making you feel like the answer has changed. And sometimes, this tendency can seem like an interrogation, because it can make the other person feel like you're questioning them, rather than just asking a general question. Number 3. Apologizing for no reason. Making mistakes is a natural part of being human. However, if you tend to overthink, it can cause you to disproportionately exaggerate the problem so that the problem seems much bigger than it really is. It makes you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells. You may find yourself apologizing for something that wasn't even your fault, or worrying that others will realize your mistake and get angry about it. Number 4. Searching obsessively for something on Google. You may be feeling sick, stressed thinking about the weather, or planning a trip. Either way, when you're in the middle of an episode of overthinking, you may find yourself compulsively searching for something on Google. And while searching for answers online may seem harmless, it can prove otherwise. When you seek reassurance online, what you often get is more stress and confusion than clarity, because there are so many different perspectives and opinions. It can be difficult to draw conclusions. Then what happened? You're starting to overthink. Number 5. Constantly analyzing social interactions. Overthinking can make you feel like an outsider. Just looking inward, you are not only analyzing your own behavior, but also the behavior of others. You examine every interaction, wondering if you are saying the right thing, and if others are judging you. In fact, you may be thinking too much about social interactions, making it harder for you to socialize. You're so worried about what others think of you, that it's hard to do anything without feeling anxious. Number 6. Overplanning. When you overthink, you can end up overplanning. You start imagining all sorts of scenarios in your head, and then you try to plan them all. Before you know it, you've got a very complicated plan that may not be necessary at all. Or worse, you can't seem to make decisions, so you keep changing and adjusting. You may even find yourself making plans for situations that are highly unlikely or impossible. All that planning ended up just a waste of time and energy. Number 7. Finding meaning in everything you experience. The act of overthinking can also cause you to overinterpret a situation or occurrence. You may spend hours analyzing text messages, or wondering what someone means by the particular look they give you. You may feel like you're constantly looking for answers to questions that may not exist. Basically, you're looking for patterns and meanings that aren't actually necessary. You're trying to understand things that don't need to be understood, and that can lead you down the rabbit hole where you might create problems out of nothing. Number 8. Relive embarrassing moments in your mind. Have you ever experienced an embarrassing moment that you can't seem to forget? Well, thinking too much can make it worse. When you think too much, you focus on all the things that went wrong and all the things you wish you could have done differently. This can cause you to feel ashamed and guilty, even long after the incident has passed. It feels like you're stuck in a spinning wheel of regret and shame. Number 9. Explaining too much. When you tend to think too much, it's easy to assume that you're not clear enough or that others may misinterpret what you're saying. This can cause you to give too much detail or repeat what you say several times. You feel like you're getting more and more to say, even though others may already understand by now. The problem is, not only is this annoying, but it can also make people feel that conversations are not going to lead to anything, like no end in sight. Number 10. Avoiding something. Overthinking often leads to avoidance, and it can be a very annoying thing in your personal and professional life. For example, if you're offered a new job opportunity, you may start to overthink and wonder if you're really qualified for it. You begin to doubt your abilities and question whether you should accept the job. Similarly, if you're invited to a party, you may start to overthink and worry about whether you'll get to know someone there or if you'll be able to chat. You imagine the worst-case scenarios and end up doing nothing. Ultimately, thinking too much can make you feel stressed and anxious and mess with your ability to focus on other things. That's why it's important to recognize when you're engaging in this behavior and take steps to manage it before it gets out of hand. It takes time and practice to break free from the cycle of overthinking, but with patience and persistence, you can learn to develop a more mindful and present approach to life. For some practical tips and strategies for overcoming overthinking and living a more fulfilling life, check out this video on how to stop worrying and start living. You will find the link in the description below. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.